some listening practice. I will try to make you aware of the absence of adverbs and when adverbs affect the sentence. No, so my idea is that, well, I'm going to give you the tips later. Let's watch the video first and let's see how much you can understand with the vocabulary that I sent you on Thursday. Okay, let's go.
When you imagine a playground, chances are it looks something like this. There's usually a slide, a bridge, and a high point with a domed roof. That's what makes this a playground, and this, and this. But what about this? This isn't a junkyard. It's called an adventure playground. Here, there are no plastic play structures, just things like old tires, wood planks, and hammers and nails. Places like this represent one of the most debated ideas in play architecture, that playgrounds should be designed to let kids take more risks. Now, this nightmare for helicopter parents is the hottest new thing in American playgrounds, because there's growing evidence that play like this is a whole lot healthier and safer for kids.
They can play with very dangerous tools. They can take really dangerous risks and overcome them. And this builds up a tremendous sense of self-confidence in themselves, which is really quite fascinating to watch.
That's Marjorie Allen. She was a British landscape architect and children's welfare advocate around the middle of the century. In 1945, she visited Copenhagen, where she met an architect named Carl Theodor Sorensen. 2 years earlier, during the German occupation of Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds. In fact, they were playing just about everywhere else, even in construction sites and bombed-out buildings. So in a housing development in the suburbs of Copenhagen, Sorensen closed off an empty lot and filled it with building materials, discarded objects, and tools. Here, kids could dig and build and invent on their own. The play structures were ultimately designed by the kids themselves. Sorensen called it a junk playground, and kids and parents loved it. When she returned to England, Marjorie Allen started opening similar playgrounds all across London, and she renamed them from junk to adventure. From there, they became a global phenomenon. They spread to Minneapolis, Boston, Toronto, Tokyo, Houston, Berkeley, Berlin. And to create these playgrounds, designers had to introduce a critical element: controlled risk. In this context, a risk isn't the same thing as a hazard. When you're climbing a tall tree, a rotten branch is a hazard. The threat is unexpected. But how high you climb is a risk. It's manageable and requires you to actively make a decision. You can break the elements of controlled risk down into 6 categories: heights, speed, tools, dangerous elements, rough and tumble play, and the ability to disappear or become lost. And a good adventure playground includes a mix of these. Designers also focus on separation of space. To give kids the feeling of discovering things on their own, parents have to stay out. That can mean installing a physical barrier or providing things like restrooms, cafes, and seating so that parental experience isn't an afterthought. Finally, designers fill it with loose parts. These are the manipulatable objects, the planks, barrels, bricks, and tools that fuel risky play. The idea behind all these design elements is that kids respond well to being treated seriously. If they're presented with risky items with a serious functional purpose, they'll respond cautiously and conduct more experimentation. But if presented with an overly safe, static space, they often wind up seeking dangerous thrills that the built environment fails to provide, which can result in higher injury rates than risky play at adventure playgrounds. In the US, a culture of lawsuit-proof playscape design means that overly safe playgrounds are the norm, and design philosophy is focused on how to reduce height, movement, and hard materials, and that hasn't made playgrounds better. When Marjorie Allen visited American playgrounds in 1965, she called them an administrator's heaven and a child's hell. But adventure playgrounds have recently begun to catch on in the US, perhaps due to an effort to introduce more unstructured play. And their construction comes with a fair share of criticism.
They're making kids play with hammers and nails. That's not adventure, it's just work. They're tricking kids into building their own playground.
Adventure playgrounds do have downsides. They're pretty ugly, they require a lot of space, and they need resources to staff and maintain. And as with any playground, there is an opportunity for injury. But the underlying philosophy of risky play can help kids live better lives. For one thing, riskier playgrounds encourage more activity. A study comparing playgrounds in London, where risky play spaces are popular, to those in San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York, found that children using London's playgrounds were up to 18% more physically active. The London playgrounds were cheaper and boasted fewer injuries, too. And multiple studies have shown that children who engage in risky play have better risk detection, creativity, and self-esteem. The playground is one of the only kinds of architecture designed specifically for children. And if the standard model we've decided on is seen as boring by its users, that's a problem. Better design can fix that, even if it's a little risky. I had to look through so many pictures of playgrounds for this story.
All right, good. Before we go to the questions, I want to know, what could you understand? What else could you understand with help of a vocabulary now? Let's start with Connie.
They say that in the adventure playgrounds, they need to control 6 factors.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly the number, but they say that they need to control the speed, the tools, and the separation of the space.
Good.
And they have materials that is called, they call them loose pad.
Loose, what again?
Loose pad. I don't understand that part. That loose parts. Sorry.
Loose parts, exactly. Much better.
Parts.
Much better.
And one of the reasons that they say that the kids like that kind of playgrounds is because they think that they can have a treatment more seriously.
Precisely. Repeat that. They can have a what?
A treat.
A treat or
Or
treatment. Yes, good. Exactly. Treatment is the noun, right? Treat is a verb.
Oh, then treat.
Meant. No, treatment, because we are talking about the way we treat people, you know?
Okay, they can have a treat more seriously.
No, a treatment, because it's the way
Oh,
we
yes.
treat.
They can have a treatment more seriously.
Excellent. And now, if treatment it's a noun, then you cannot use seriously because it's an adverb. Purple and blue don't belong.
Okay, they can have a treat.
Use the noun, use the noun.
A treatment
More
serious.
serious, exactly. Now the words are correct. Let's collocate them in order. Adjectives go before the noun. They could have a
Serious treatment.
give it the word more.
More serious treatment.
And there you go. Exactly. A more serious treatment.
Yes.
Nice.
The general idea is that in the video, they think that if the, how can I say that? If the model of the playgrounds that are more in the norm
Yeah.
are boring for the children's, maybe they can fix them with better design more than made them risky.
Precisely. Yes, milady, exactly. Very good. Design versus risk is the issue here.
Yes. That's
Very
all.
good. Very nice, eh? Very, very nice. Did they, in these ideas, how did the vocabulary help? What part was new for you?
I think that is the part of I think that understanding better the idea
Okay.
can help us to understand more words than usual.
Yes, totally. 100%. 100% girl. Mhm. Okay, very good. Very nice. What about Chucho? What did you understand in the video?
For me, it was very interesting how playgrounds formed, you know,
Mhm.
during the World War II.
Mhm.
Was very interesting for me. And you know, I always in my life I have been a supporter of adventure playgrounds, you know,
Interesting. Interesting.
because I have the idea that with natural or you know, for example, they say that to make adventure playgrounds, it's necessary to select, I don't know, dirty, you know,
Okay, to
old
select
materials.
dirty.
Yeah, dirty. Yes.
Interesting. Dirty or dirt? Because dirt
Oh.
is the thing that is in the ground, and dirty is a description. So what do you mean? Uh-huh.
Dirt.
Yeah, I think you want to say dirt, right?
Yes. Sorry.
So you
And
select
yes.
dirt and what?
For example, let me search it in the vocabulary. Blanks or barrels, you know.
Ah, okay. You mean tools?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
To build
Exactly.
this adventure playground.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, but maybe she says that in this process, the kids develop a lot of skills.
Totally. Exactly. In contrast to the usual playgrounds. that we know.
Playgrounds, exactly. Yes.
Very good. Okay, so you say you have been a supporter all your life about it, right? That's super interesting because I mean you if you remember your child days, you can say what was better for your recreation, you know.
Yes.
Right, you can actually remember, okay, it was better like this, or this was boring, this was cool, this was not, you know. And you can know if your abilities today are because of that, no. So that's pretty interesting. Did you ever have this type of playgrounds in your life?
Sometimes, yes. I remember to play in one place like this. Exactly the same type, not.
Okay.
But yes. It's like it was like an adventure playground.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yes, it's very yes, it's true that if you when you are a child and if you don't play with obstacles, I don't know these words.
Well, you can say obstacles. I don't know if they are obstacles, or what do you want to say?
Yes. Yeah, if you don't jump or run or make things like a child.
Okay. Okay.
As the video said, that children that play develop more physically active.
Yes, totally.
So
Yes.
in your adult life, you might have problems.
Yeah, totally. Oh yes, a lot. Okay, but that's definitely part of your opinion. Now, according to the video, did people agree with this type of playgrounds like you? Did people like this type of playgrounds?
they think that they are more dangerous for children. Yes.
There's a section of the video that says something like that.
There's a difference between hazard and risk.
Okay, exactly. There's a difference according to the design concepts, no? But there's one thing is design concepts versus how the audience or the people receive this type of product. So there's a massive gap on how the people is going to react to them.
Exactly.
You know, what about Connie? Do you remember anything about this? What's the people's opinion on adventure playgrounds?
Yes, they say that that the kids are working, no playing.
Yeah. No, eliminate no, not playing.
Not playing.
Precisely, and that's precisely the issue.
Yes, they have a lot of tools, and it's comparing with working.
And people are comparing, you know, thinking that they are making the kids work when actually they are making the kids develop abilities. You know, it's
That's right.
so weird. It's super interesting. You know, we cannot educate parents, no, on how to educate their children, but it's definitely something that we need. Something that definitely we need. But anyway, let's practice our listening word by word. I'm very glad that you understood most of the things, eh? Very good. Let's start with this one. Okay. Number one. Connie, what's landscape architect Marjorie Allen's opinion on young playgrounds? Okay, the word on is similar to say about. Okay, quick note.
But that was the principal architect of the design, right?
Precisely, the one who started all this.
I don't remember the exact the correct words that he used, but she said, but it was something that they are more confident that they are doing more things by themselves. And also that they don't have any problem to take this risk.
Nice. Yes, you're close. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so she's positive about it, right? Let's check it out.
Structures, just things like for helicopter parents.
They can play with very dangerous tools. They can take really dangerous risks and overcome them. And this builds up a tremendous sense of self-confidence in themselves, which is really quite fascinating to watch.
That's the opinion of Marjorie Allen.
Okay.
Okay.
He says first they can play with very dangerous tools.
Okay, good. Let me type that. Okay.
They can. I don't understand that part. They can take risks,
okay,
and overcome them, but I'm missing some part. And at the end, she said something about confidence in themselves.
very good. Wait, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's listen again.
Okay.
Of self-confidence. They can play with very dangerous tools. They can take really dangerous risks and overcome them.
The first one is correct.
Yes. They can take really dangerous risks
Excellent.
and overcome them.
Pronunciation. How do you pronounce risk in plural?
Risk.
That sounds like only one. Risk. Plural?
Risks.
Kinda. Risks.
Risks.
Yeah, it's difficult. Okay. First, say risks. Like
Risks.
this.
Mhm.
Risks. And then finish the word with a ks. Risks.
Risks.
No, separate. Risks. Excellent.
Risks.
Risks. Excellent. So
Okay.
they can take very dangerous
Risks.
risks. Very good. And
Overcome them.
overcome them. Very good. Second idea is correct. Let's continue with the third idea.
Okay.
And this builds up a tremendous sense of self-confidence in themselves.
Tremendous sense of self-confidence in
Very
themselves.
good. Mhm.
But I didn't catch the first part.
Okay.
Overcome them. And this builds up a tremendous sense of self-confidence in themselves.
And this fills up.
Fills up. Yes, definitely. So what's it? We need here a connector, a way to connect.
And
Excellent. And
this fills up.
excellent. This fills up.
A tremendous sense
Exactly. Very good building. A tremendous sense.
of self-confidence with themselves.
Okay, that sounds good. The last idea, the last sentence is the major's opinion, right? Let's listen.
Which is really quite fascinating to watch.
Well, it's really quite fascinating to watch.
Okay, how do you connect this idea?
Which is really
Exactly. Exactly. Which is
really quite fascinating to watch.
excellent, girl. You are done with this. Excellent. So she is saying, in other words, what is Major Allen saying in other words?
She said that that playing with dangerous tools make the kids feel more confidence, more self-confidence with themselves, and she thinks that this is quite fascinating to watch.
Excellent, girl. Exactly. Very, very good. It's very interesting how she uses really quite here. Two emphasizers for the same thing. I think you cannot do this combination with other emphasizers, only with the word quite. For some reason, you know, you cannot say, for example, really too, because it is contradictory. Or you can, some people also say really very, to have a massive emphasis, no? And really quite is a very similar situation, right? When you are very excited about something, when you really, really want to emphasize that you like something, especially for opinions, for personal opinions, is when you use this combination of really quite.
What can be a synonym for that? Really quite.
Like imagine you say really, really. And actually many Spanish speakers say really, 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 really like no, or very, 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 very.
I used to say that.
You say that?
Yes.
Well, it's an equivalent. It's an equivalent. Really, really, very, very.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
It's a good way to substitute the very, very.
Okay.
Excellent, girl. Very good job. Let's go to number 2. Okay. Chucho. What did architect Majory Allen see during the German occupation of Denmark?
Well, yes, the exact words I don't remember. In general, she said that it was very curious how children organized between organize all these materials and make this adventure playground and how they played in these places. Yes.
Precisely. When they were not called adventure playgrounds, right? Actually, before they were actually made. No?
Yes, it was called young playgrounds.
Excellent. Excellent. That is correct. That's exactly what he noticed. These kids were playing with random stuff, and they were not going to parks. No?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to build question number 2.
That's Marjorie Allen. She was a British landscape architect and children's welfare advocate around the middle of the century. In 1945, she visited Copenhagen, where she met an architect named Carl Theodor Sorensen. 2 years earlier, during the German occupation of Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds. In fact, they were playing just about everywhere else, even in construction sites and bombed-out buildings.
Action.
Okay. You know, can you substitute me?
Substitute you? Why? Because of the time?
Yes, and I didn't my lunch.
Yeah. Okay. You have to run.
I promise to hear it.
Okay. For homework, you're gonna build the next question.
Okay.
You're gonna take notes.
Yes.
What are the 3 design elements needed for the building of a playground in engineering and design?
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be your homework, and we're gonna meet later for that
Yes.
answer. All right.
I send you a message later.
Excellent. Have a nice day, brother. See you later.
Well, see you. Have a nice
Bye.
day, everybody.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah, this guy has to go to the university, but precisely at this time. So that gives the opportunity to Alex to participate. Just in time, man. Good night.
Good night.
All right. So did you watch the video? Did you read the vocabulary and you studied it?
More or less, but can I try?
Perfect. So what we're trying to figure out is this: what did architect Majory Allen see during the German occupation of Denmark? Okay, and there was an observation that she did on kids. Listen to it again.
Okay.
So we're playing just about every problem. Kids in his years earlier during the German occupation of Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds. In fact, they were playing just about everywhere else, even in construction sites and bombed out buildings.
Oh, but it was not Marjorie Allen, it was Sorensen. Mhm. So tell me, what did you understand, Alex?
I don't know if the sound have an echo or just for me, because I don't understand the video very well.
Oh, it's the you hear
No,
an
I
echo?
don't know if it's my connection or it's the video.
No,
Bro.
there is an echo.
There's an echo, really?
Yes.
Oh. Let me check why. But I'm using my earphones. That's super weird. If I mute my microphone,
Yes, maybe it can help.
that's right.
So in playing just noticed a problem. 2 years earlier during the German occupation of Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
What about now?
Yes, it sounds better.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Perfect.
Sorensen noticed the kids play. The kids use more playgrounds.
Okay, continue.
I just listened that.
That's it. Okay, perfect. You didn't listen, you heard. No, you
Okay.
yeah, because when you listen, the difference between hear and listen. When you hear, you are noticing, and when you listen, you are. I just listened. I just heard that. Yeah, no, it's listen is not in this case, but I don't know why. Use hear. Use
Okay.
listen only when you are speaking about like the power of your ears. You know, it's like the difference between watch and see.
Okay.
know?
Here is with more attention or more careful.
Yeah, it's not about attention. No. It's about like the action or the activity. Like watch.
Okay.
Watch equals listen, and see equals hear. You know,
Okay.
like we can talk about that relation. Watch
Okay.
and listen are similar, and see and hear are the power of our senses. That will
Okay.
be the distinguish. Okay, but anyway, so as I noticed, the kids use more playgrounds. I want you to be careful, very, very careful with the tense and the times, because if we are talking about German occupation, obviously we're talking about past,
Yes.
right? So we cannot use the verb in present.
Okay.
You see?
Okay. Used.
Complete idea?
Sorry, I noticed the kids used more playgrounds.
Very good. Let's listen to the video again and let's confirm that information, shall we?
Okay.
Mark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
Sorensen not noticed problem.
Exactly. This is super important. Sorensen noticed a problem.
Mhm.
Having this in mind, the fact that kids using playgrounds, do you think this is a problem?
No.
Precisely. So this is not the information that we have here. You know, there's something different. Let's listen again.
Mark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
Kids neighborhood.
Kids' neighborhood.
Mm. Used more playground.
Used more playground. Used more playground. Okay. Now we have a problem. What is kids' neighborhood? Doesn't make sense, right? What if we use neighborhood as a location? Where are the kids? Where?
In the neighborhood.
In the. This is the missing legs.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
We are close, the connector is in, you are correct, and then we are going to notice the second word in a moment. But let's first let Jessie take attendance, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. So Jessie, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's up?
Thank you. So we're going to say to attendance, please.
Yes, please.
Christian,
Christian didn't come. Absent.
Connie.
I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning, Connie. Thank you. Itze.
Didn't come.
All right. Jesus.
Yes, he's in the university.
In the university.
But
Luis Alejandro.
Here. Good morning.
Good morning, Luis. Thank you. So that's all.
That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good day.
Bye, you too. See you.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. So kids in somewhere, right?
Okay.
The next word that we need is to check what neighborhood are we talking about. Okay, that's the objective of either articles, the neighborhood, a neighborhood, or specific things like this neighborhood, that neighborhood, my neighborhood, you know, possessives. There's a lot of options. Okay, let's listen again.
Okay.
In fact, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
Can I listen? Or yes. In this case, listen is the correct word. No.
Can I listen again? Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Listen again, yes.
Because the echo appears.
Oh yeah, my microphone. Okay. One time.
Mark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
In this neighborhood.
Kids in this neighborhood. Okay, if you say in this neighborhood, it means that previously they mentioned what neighborhood, but we never know.
Okay.
So it's incorrect. It's not this.
Oh.
Exactly. Let's listen again.
Mark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
You still hear this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then is Sorensen a man or a woman?
Man.
What's the possessive for a man?
Okay. In his.
Exactly. Let's confirm.
Okay.
Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood.
I'm probably wrong, but I heard again this, but the context is not correct.
So then the problem is a phonetic issue, right? The thing about the possessive is that sometimes American people pronounce, when they pronounce words with an H, especially when the word it starts with an H, it's very like normal to avoid the H, especially when they are speaking fast. So kids in his neighborhood
Weren't during the German occupation of Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't.
Okay.
You see, now it's more clear. So phonetics can affect also listening. We need to take three components when listening: phonetics, context, and structure. Structure will be affected by context, and phonetics must match the other two. It's like a triangle, right? In this case, this was phonetically accurate, but not contextually accurate. Therefore, that's how you can discard it exactly. Okay. Now the next part is also a phonetic issue.
Okay.
I suggest that you count how many words are there in the sentence. Kids in his neighborhood used more playground. Before the word playground, you mentioned 2 words. Okay. In the video, there are more than 2.
Okay.
Let's listen again.
German occupation of Denmark, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
More using playgrounds.
More using playgrounds. You're closer. Now you're closer. More using. We changed this too.
Yes.
Now, phonetically, it matches a little bit better. Structurally, it's completely wrong.
Okay.
You know, more using. We like these 2 sentences. These 2 words don't go together.
Okay.
Right? So you need to fix structure. How do you fix a word when you have ing? What do you need?
You said no more.
That's what you said. More using playground. We have an ing here. What do you need for an ing?
An auxiliary?
Don't tell me grammatical names. Just tell me what word would you need. If you say using, using, what's missing?
I have
using. That structure doesn't exist.
No.
You know this. I using, you using.
No, I don't remember.
Come on, really? Tell me, what are your plans? Tell me your plans for today using going to. Give me an example with going to.
I will going to.
Oh, okay. No, yes, we need to check structures.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let me open the structures. Structure for ing. Super necessary In English, we see open structures and okay. In the 10 basic structures of English, we have structure number 4. Structure number 4, talking about things happening right now or future plans. We use ing, and before the ing, we use the verb be, not will. You said I will going to, and that's a complete contradiction. Watch out with this structure. This happens also in past for interrupted actions. If we go to structure number interrupted actions, which one? I it's the next one. Yeah. If we talk about ing in past, we need the verb be, but we need it in past.
Okay.
So what happened to kids?
We're using.
Exactly. We're using. You see?
Okay. Yes.
Look at the pictures. Were they using playgrounds? Look at this kid. Is this kid using a playground?
Yes.
Is he really? Look at the planks. He has a hammer. Look at the dirt. Is this kid in a proper playground?
No.
He's not.
No.
So what were kids doing?
Construct something.
Watch out, build.
Build. Okay.
Build. But don't change the sentence because we are trying to figure out the sentence.
Okay.
Right. So we heard playground, and you change more to where.
Okay.
Right. Grammatically, now it's better. You fix your grammar, but now context is not, because in the picture you can see that they are not in the playground.
Okay.
How do you fix this?
In negative sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
Precisely. Weren't. Listen again.
Sites and playgrounds. In fact, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
Okay. Maybe today I have an issue with the audio or my brain, but I don't listen weren't.
Do you still hear the echo?
No. The phonetic maybe.
Now it's a phonetic. Exactly. Now it's a phonetic. Because by context, where doesn't match. Right? So first we fixed structure, then we fixed context. Now by phonetic, we cannot understand it, the negative thing. Where is one syllable and weren't are 2 syllables.
Yes.
The issue with Spanish speaking or our language is pretty phonetic, and vowels a, e, I, o, u are super explicit. In English, sometimes not, especially with contractions. What if we take this E and phonetically, we don't pronounce it?
Okay,
weren't. Now it sounds like only one, you see?
Yes.
And another thing is that letter T, when the word ends in letter T, sometimes people don't say the whole T. There's not an explosion. It's only a D, like a pause, like an interruption. So they say when. Try to pronounce it. When. Exactly, without the explosion.
Okay.
You see how important this is now that we understood grammar, then we understood context, and now the phonetic is making us not understand. No?
Okay. It's a contraction of the mouth. Word.
Because people speak fast.
Okay.
That's why many people say no. When American people are speaking fast, I cannot understand anything, and that's and they're like,
Okay.
this is the reason.
Correct.
This is the reason. Let's listen again.
In fact, Sorensen noticed a problem. Kids in his neighborhood weren't using playgrounds.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Kids in his neighborhood
Weren't
weren't what?
using playgrounds.
In fact, listen again.
In fact, they were playing just about everywhere else.
In fact, we're playing
Exactly. Mhm. Who?
the kids.
Substitution for the kids?
Mm,
How do we avoid repetition?
They.
in English? Exactly. In fact, they
playing anywhere. Okay.
grammatically, it's incorrect.
They play.
But you said playing, no? ING.
Okay. They play.
Playing. What do you need for ING? Structure number
They
6.
they were playing.
Exactly. We're playing.
In anywhere else.
Excellent. Anywhere is like a connector, so eliminate in.
Anywhere
Anywhere. Anywhere what?
else.
Yes. Your idea is complete.
Okay.
So interesting. These corrections were very interesting because I think the process can be described like this. The first problem that we face is words that grammatically cannot go together.
Yes.
No? The second problem that we face is when we have the grammar finally, now we need to check if it matches the context.
Okay.
And finally, sometimes context can be affected by the pronunciation of the person.
Correct.
Right? These three abilities were very, very interesting to check. And this is the idea.
Thank you.
Very good, man, eh? Very, very good. Excellent job. Let's go with the last one, Kani. Are you gonna tell me? Chucho's question was one of the design. What are the 3 design elements needed for the building of playgrounds? Right, that was Chucho's question. You, Connie, are going to tell me what's the difference between risk and hazard. According to design and engineering views. Do you remember anything about this?
Yes, they say something that the risk is increasing with the altitude,
Okay.
something like that, because they put the example of the tree.
Yes.
If you are, how can I say, when they are playing and going up in the tree?
That's the action of climb.
Oh, Yes, when they are climbing
When they are climbing.
in the tree, the risk is going to increase if they are climbing higher.
Yeah, yeah, totally. The risk is going to increase if they climb higher. And what about the hazard?
The hazard is when they are no, I can explain it. When they are just playing it.
Okay, okay. When they're
But
just playing.
But I don't know how to explain it because they say that the hazard is the complete altitude of the tree, right?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that is close. It's
Okay.
about the altitude. And now, what's the word for altitude? Because when you say altitude, it's like when you say latitude, you know?
Yes, yes.
Do you remember that we talked about measurements last Friday?
Yes.
What was the measurement of how tall something is?
Let me check my.
Height.
Yeah. Height with a
It's
T.
just height.
The height. No, because high without a T is the
Height.
exactly, with a T.
Okay.
Weight, width, depth, height, and I think that's it. I forgot one.
Okay.
I don't know. Got it?
Yes.
Substitute the word altitude for height.
The hazard is when it's just the height of the tree.
Yes, very good. Let's listen to that.
Okay.
Even in construction, Sorensen closed off and kids could find by the kid parents loved across London, global, and she renamed them and to create. In this context, a risk isn't the same thing as a hazard. When you're climbing a tall tree, a rotten branch is a hazard. The threat is unexpected. But how high you climb is a risk. It's manageable and requires you to actively make a decision.
Let's go.
He say in this context, a risk isn't the same thing as a hazard.
Good. Pronunciation.
Hazard.
Excellent. So in this context,
In this context, a risk is the same thing as a hazard.
good. What do you remember about the first, and what do you remember about the second?
In the second, I don't understand.
Okay.
Can I listen again, please?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's listen.
You climb is a tree. In this context, a risk isn't the same thing as a hazard. When you're climbing a tall tree, a rotten branch is a hazard.
When you're climbing a tree, rodent branch, I don't understand rodent, but I don't know. I understand rodent, but I don't know the meaning.
Very nice. Phonetically, you are so close. You're very close. Now, contextually, if we are talking about branch or a branch, do you know what is a branch?
The part of the tree that has
The leaves,
yes.
right? When do branches break?
I don't understand the question.
When do branches break? In what occasion, what situation makes branches break?
When they have something above them.
Above? Yes and no. They can have things above and they can actually resist if they are healthy. Healthy and young.
Oh, then rodent is when they are old. When
Exactly.
they are unhealthy.
And this is vocabulary number 16. Let me show you this.
It's rodent. Something that is rodent has decayed.
Pronunciation.
Decayed.
No, the word.
Oh, rodent.
It's not row.
Rotten. Rotten.
Rotten.
Rotten. Okay.
This is that has decayed. What is to decay? To become old. To become old in a way. How can I tell you that? Imagine an apple, right? When you bite it and you leave it there for 2 days, what's gonna happen to the apple?
It's going to turn brown.
It's going to turn brown. This turning brown is to rotten, like it's similar to oxidate.
Okay.
So when branches are rotten, it's because in the inside they are empty. If you are climbing a tree and you put all the weight of your body in a rotten branch, see you never.
Okay, got it.
You see, that's the context that we needed here.
Okay.
When you imagine designers had to introduce a critical element, Berkeley, Berlin, renamed, she returns to create the. In this, designers had to introduce a critical element, controlled risk. In this context, a risk isn't the same thing as a hazard. When you're climbing a tall tree, a rotten branch is a hazard.
When you're climbing a tall tree,
Exactly.
a rotten branch is a hazard.
Exactly. What's the branch? Is a hazard. What's the bark? It's a hazard. Continue.
The treat is unexpected.
Yes, very good. The what?
The treat.
Okay.
Treat.
I want to know if this is a phonetic issue or a context issue. What's a treat?
Is maybe phonetic. The treat is like when the kids are asking for candies, right?
Okay, it's a context issue. Hazard, that there's a word that sounds very similar. That speaks about something that is dangerous.
Maybe I don't know the word.
Yeah, you know it. It was in previous videos. How do you call when there's something dangerous in front of you?
Treat?
Kinda.
Treat.
Threat.
I think I need to add it to the vocabulary.
Right. Okay.
But I didn't add it because I think in previous videos we talked about it. I don't remember in what context.
Yes, maybe, but I don't remember it.
Exactly. No, me neither. And even in number 2. No, I need to add it. I will add it. Read the definition.
The possibility of trouble, danger, or disaster. Oh, got it.
Makes sense, no?
Yes. Threat.
If there is a threat to your health, for example, a cigarette is a threat to your health.
Okay, got it.
Me too now.
Then the threat is unexpected.
Exactly. That's much better. Now that the treat, like a treat or treat, trick or treat, like doesn't make sense, no?
Yes, I know.
Exactly. Second part, let's listen.
Threat is as a hazard. When you're climbing a tall tree, a rotten branch is a hazard. The threat is unexpected, but how high you climb is a risk.
How your climb is a risk.
How you climb? How you climb?
How high?
Much better. Height is a noun. We cannot say how height.
How high
Excellent. How high you climb is
is
a
a
risk.
risk.
Continue.
It's manageable and requires you to actively make a decision.
Is manageable and requires you actively make a decision.
Requires what?
You to actively make a decision.
Exactly. Is manageable grammatically. Grammatical issue.
It's
Excellent. It's manageable.
manageable.
I encourage you to actually make a decision. Excellent. This is the difference between risk and hazard.
Yes.
Very good. Funny. Very, very good. Now, it's very interesting how they are using the word actively here. What's the function of the word actively in this case?
That you can make a decision if you are going to go high or not.
And
In
why?
real time.
But why actively?
Because you as a person can make the decision.
You as a person can exactly. Okay, I like it. At the moment.
Yes, in real time.
Exactly, in real time. I like that description. In real time. Usually, look at how one adverb can substitute many words.
Yes.
See, the word in real time is exactly the same thing as saying actively.
That's right.
Take a note on that. Very good, guys. This is your class for today. That was pretty interesting. I liked the way we are now systematically correcting what's up. And something that I want to show you is something that I say to the B1 students. When they start with this type of training, of course, yours is much more advanced, no? Because they in the previous level, they just listen to casual conversations about family conversations. Yes. And to those students in the previous level, I tell them to focus their mind like this, because they don't understand a single word. They're like, no, I don't understand anything. So in order to make them understand, I tell them, okay, first focus on the phonetics. What do you hear? If it's not a word, doesn't matter. Just tell me one or two syllables that you understand. Okay, so the person say wah, wah, wah. Okay. So let's start transform this wah, wah, wah into words. Look at the context. What is happening? You know, what is happening in the video? What do you see? What's happening to the person? What vocabulary matches the context? That's number 2. And then, okay, this wah, wah, wah became I going to the cinema. Perfect. I going to the cinema is now words. I understand English. Now let's check grammar. The third thing is I going is incomplete. According to structure, we need I am going. And then the three components work to make you understand. Of course, everything works if you have short-term memory. use your memory to remember the phonetics that the person pronounced and everything. In your level in particular, it's more difficult because a little bit more difficult because you have more words and probably you will use the words that you know and not the new words, you know? So your objective is to use new words, something more complex than the words that you already know. Boom, you understand everything like magic. Okay, it's pretty interesting.
I have a good news.
Oh, tell me.
I did the Pérez simulation for TOEIC, and I
okay,
have a B2 for listening, and also a B2 for writing, but in a orange level for writing, in a green level for listening.
Oh my God. Wow. Really? That's crazy. And you got, okay, orange level means we need to train, right? Okay, but dude, that's amazing. You started.
Yes. And I have 8,090 points.
8,800, no?
Yes, 800, sorry.
800 out of how many? 1,000?
Yes, I sent you in the chat.
Okay.
800.
890.
Yes.
But out of how many? How was the total? What was the?
That was the total for putting the two evaluation together.
No. I mean the
Oh,
total
the level.
of the exam.
B2.
No. I mean, if 890 is your score compared to what is the highest standard for the score or for the exam?
For the exam,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, because I did the in separate simulations, but I'm going to do the full simulation maybe today.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that, Connie. It's amazing because it's you started with an A2.
Yes.
Your level was A2 in this case, so going to B2 is wow. Congratulations. I'm super happy. Wow.
Thank you.
That's crazy. Wow. That's the thing. Keep practicing. Continue. Very good, girl. You're
Yes.
almost over.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for the good news. That's a very good kickoff. I will see you then on tomorrow. Right?
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Definitely.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. See you later.
Bye. Bye.